Good evening, everyone. Welcome on deck here on Finn's FTSN. Um, I'm Russ Morgan. Thank you for joining in. We finally made it, guys. October. We're here in the Fall Classic. Oh, I'm so stoked. And obviously, I'm stoked. My team finally made it in 15 years. So I mean, uh, I I'm I'm gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be. Yeah, the next Friday through Saturday is going to be some late nights. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh my God, games start at 8 here. It's insane. But I'm going to be up every minute, a nervous wreck watching these. And I'm from California. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I grew up, I grew up in Southern California, surrounded by Dodgers fans. Don't get me started on Dodgers fans. I'll spare the Dodgers fans here, but I was surrounded by Dodgers fans everywhere I go. I'll give the Dodgers. I give Dodgers the credit. There's a lot of sports, and I think this goes with a lot of big, nice areas. I'm sorry if L.A., Miami. There's such beautiful weather down there that if your team is not performing, the fan bases will find something else to do. There's so much other to do. That LA, the weather's beautiful. I kind of see it in Miami too. Weather's beautiful. You got the beach right there. This team sucks. Why would we see with the Lakers all the time? Which I hate the Lakers too. So but the Dodgers were always the one team year in year out. Doesn't matter if they're good and bad. And they've been bad. They've been really bad. This is recent. They've been really good. This is 2016 to now. They've had some bad teams in the early 2000s. They were not good, and the Dodgers always find a way to sell Chavez Arena out. Another thing, Dodgers knew. I grew up with Vince Scully. Vince Scully said, "Hey, I lose my mind. I don't know about anybody out there listening. I lose my mind listening to baseball play-by-play people now and color commentators. I go nuts. I hate it. It's just I grew up with Vince Scully. Vince Scully was, I mean, the guy painted a picture. I'd listen to Vince Scully on the radio, and you knew what was going on. And I mean, when my brother, who he wrote for Fox, he wrote for Daily Wire, did an obituary for Vince Scully. Joe Morgan, check his stuff out. Very good. Not the baseball player Joe Morgan, obviously, but and one thing he said about Vince Scully, and I 100% agree with, is if you're listening to Vince Scully was never afraid of the silence. He wasn't ever afraid to let you listen to the game and hear that crack, that ball crack in that catcher catch that ball, the crack of the bat, which is great. Baseball is a long game. You don't need to be talking all this time. So I'm listening to, Eduardo Perez and Jessica Mendoza. And I know I'm not supposed to say that. I mean, they talk the whole time. I'm like, shut up. Let's just listen to, talk about the game. They got to tell stories and anecdotes the whole time. It drives me nuts. I'm going to go back. I mean, I grew up with Vince Scully. Other guys, John Miller and Joe Morgan. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, those are baseball guys. These people, they all just talk the whole game and just useless stuff. It kills me. So, I mean, the other thing is, like, my manager, the only reason I was happy the Yankees hired Aaron Boone is because I never had to hear him speak on ESPN ever again. But I mean, they just talk and talk and talk. I'm like, shut up, talk about the game, stop talking for a little bit. You don't have to talk about your playing days the whole time. No one cares. Now, on the other hand, I watched the pregame with Fox. You got Derek Jeter. You got Big Papi, and you got A-Rod. Phenomenal. Rest in peace. I loved when they had Pete Rose on. I absolutely loved when they had Pete Rose on. And one of the best hitting moments I ever saw, it was Big Papi, David Ortiz, and A-Rod, and Pete Rose is talking about hitting, and you just saw the faces of you just saw the faces of Alex Rodriguez, two unbelievable hitters, and David Ortiz, and he's talking hitting, and they're just mesmerized. And this, I mean, Pete Rose, one of the greatest hitters of all time. It's unbelievable. Hey Mario, how's it going, man? And he's talking about, just getting in a slump, and everybody, you get in a slump and you're in your head. And baseball's such a mental sport. What was it? 95% mental, 5% physical. It's such a mental sport. And he's talking, you get in a slump, you're in your head, what am I doing wrong? And he goes, you never change your swing. All you do is, this is me. I'm a baseball player. I field balls and no one can see me, but I'm fielding the ball. He's over there. You know what you do? You never change your swing. You go up in the box, you go forward in the box, you go back in the box. You're in the back. It was amazing. I loved watching it. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. Unfortunately, we did lose another great just this morning. Dodgers great Francisco Valenzuela passed away at the age of 61. Obviously, rookie of the year in 20, obviously was doing things that people weren't. And, it's terrible. Baseball lost another one, but I want to get into this fall classic, man. I'm stoked. I'm pumped. Obviously, Dodgers. The Mets luck finally ran out. Dodgers took them out in 6. I think the Mets were just overmatched. The Mets it was just too much, and the Dodgers just have too much. And I love it. The Yankees versus the 1.5 LO. Hey Mario, you want to explain what that? I want to know what you mean on that. Could you explain what you mean? But I just think they were overmatched pitching wise. Offensively, Dodgers were getting some big performances from some players you didn't see. Tommy Edman, it was amazing. Midseason acquisition. Picked up. Rojas went down. He picked up, played short. He played amazing. I just think the Mets are overmatched. We'll see what the Mets do in the Mets could be a really I mean, the payroll for the Dodgers is just as much. Oh, are we talking Dodgers payroll? Yankees payroll is high too. So it's, I'm a little surprised because we've seen in the recent Mario recently, highest payroll doesn't usually always work out, and you saw it with the Yankees from after 04 all the way to 09. They had a massive payroll. It didn't really work out. They won in 2000, lost in 01. Don't get me started on that. That broke me that year. They lost in 03 to the Marlins. And then they get A-Rod. I mean, they had the highest payroll. It doesn't always pan out to winning World Series. And this is the first year where we see, some big name, high money guys. Obviously, Ohtani getting a ton of money. And, you got Ohtani bets. You got Stanton. Don't get me started on Stanton. I will go off on him in a little bit. He's making a ton. Cole's making a good amount. So, I mean, we got a lot of high money guys. I lost my train of thought when I went on that one. But, I think the Mets are a must team to watch this offseason. I think they're a must team to watch. Steve Cohen's pocketbook is huge, and we obviously saw that a couple of years ago when they went off with signing Verlander and Scherzer, and it didn't pan out. But I think they go big for Soto this year. And I mean, if you saw Soto in this playoff so far, just give him a blank check. What he wants is what he wants. Yankees take care of the Indians in 5, get some big performances. Obviously, Giancarlo Stanton was massive. Had that huge 2-run home run Game 5 that kind of timed it up. But I mean, the one thing I love being a guy who's just an old school guy. Even though I'm a little younger, I'm 33. I'm an old school guy. I'm not a big stats guy. I love the old school things in baseball. Watching Juan Soto and that at bat before he hit the 3-run home run was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. It was amazing. He's fouling off. He's not scared. He gets down. He gets 2 strikes. He's not scared. He fouled off 7 pitches. He's fouling off. He gets his pitch. He goes yard. I think the wind might have been taken a little out to center because the ball seemed to be carrying that whole series in Cleveland. This will be my 4th one. Dodgers versus mighty Yankees. Hey, I love it, Mario. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. Obviously, number 12. Yankees up, 9-3, I want to say, 9-2. But, hey, they did lose in 81. This will be my first one. Dodgers, Yankees. Obviously, we could have had it in 17. We could have had it in 19. My opinion is a little different than probably most people in baseball. In 17, Yankees go up 3-2 going into Yankee Stadium. They lose Game 6, Game 7. They lose 3-2. So even though the Astros were cheating, they were doing it on the offensive side. The Yankees still didn't get anything they didn't get anything offensively. You still got to hit the ball, and you had to go up against Dallas Keuchel that year and Justin Verlander. Keuchel won the AL Cy Young that year. So, I mean, yeah, they were cheating, everybody banging on the trash cans and everything. I really hope so. But I mean, the Yankees didn't do it offensively. So, I mean, you still got to hit the ball, and they didn't hit the ball. 19 was a little different. I mean, 19 got me a little more when Chapman, when Altuve hit that home run. I mean, I think a lot of Major League ball players will know, hey, he's going fastball, throws a slider, he gets that slider. He'll probably hit a slider. They're that good. But off that point, Altuve, unbelievable baseball player. But that Soto at bat was a thing of beauty. Beauty, Mario. Beauty. That thing was a thing of beauty. That's one of the best at bats I've ever seen in my life. It was a 9-pitch at bat. He fouled off about 7. I want to say could have been more than 9. I probably miscounted. I'm not a math guy, but I mean it was beautiful. It's just a guy who's not afraid to get 2 strikes. He knows he does his thing. He's got great plate discipline. Great plate discipline. I mean, it's a thing of beauty watching that guy at bat. And he goes 3-run bomb. Ohtani, that guy amazes me every day. Every time I watch Ohtani, that guy amazes me. Every single time. I mean, obviously you go 50-50. There's something you've seen the Yankees. This is your 4th time seeing Yankees Dodgers in the World Series. No one's ever seen 50-50. It's insane. I mean, Judge needs to start hitting. They need Judge. But I mean, I got a little spoiled as a kid. I had 96 to 2000. We were in 4 World Series, won 4 of them, missed in 97. I'd say I vaguely remember 96, I have glimpses of it. 97 is the same thing. I remember some of the season. 98 is probably the first year I really fully remember watching Yankees baseball. I mean, I was 5 in 96, 6 in 97. So, I mean, I don't remember the full things. 96, what was it? Was it Jim Leyritz at third base who made that catch? If I'm wrong, please correct me. At third base to end it, I remember that. I don't remember the whole series. 97, I remember, Chuck Finley beating us and the Indians. But 98 is the first full year, one of the greatest teams we've ever seen. But never seen Dodgers Yankees, so I'm super. Obviously, I was born in '91, so I'd never see Dodgers Yankees. The only thing I've ever seen is highlights and MLB Network and all that from stuff. Baseball nut, so that's the only thing I've ever seen. But I'm super, super, super stoked, but gonna be a dreadful series. I'm gonna be so nervous. I'm gonna be pins and needles the whole time. Don't, 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 don't expect. I'm going nowhere. I'm going nowhere. I have another podcast we do called Touchdown in Paradise on this network on FTSN. We do cover college football. We were Tuesday nights, come out on Wednesday on YouTube. I literally say, hey, to the guy, our host, I'm like, yeah, I can't be here on Tuesday. I'm not gonna. You don't want me here on Tuesday night. I'm not gonna be focused. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my. This will be a 1 week. This is October. It's about baseball. So I had to take the week off. Next week, I'm gonna have to take the week off because it's all about Yankees baseball right now. But I'm optimistic being a Yankees fan. I don't want to harp on the Yankees so much the whole time. I'm optimistic. I think we had some good things going in both playoff series. A little shaky. Cole was a little shaky. Had a good couple starts against the Royals. Didn't look too great coming against the Indians. Rondon looked great his last start in Game 1. And the second, Game 5 wasn't as good. Only went 4 innings. So I don't know. And I don't know where we go with Schmidt, who was injured a lot this year at the end of the year. He went 4 innings. He's a rookie. He went, he looked good. He got out of some jams. But I don't know. I think if they can get a nice 1-2 from Rondon, steal Game 1 or 2, Rondon, Cole, that'd be solid. I think our bullpens look solid. I think the best move Aaron Boone's ever made, and don't get me saying I hate Aaron Boone. I'm sorry, Aaron. Thank you for getting to this World Series, but this is what 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. What, this is your 7, 8? We're at one World Series. I was a Joe Girardi guy. I don't know how you take a team one game from the World Series and then you get fired and you have Aaron Boone 8 years and he's 2 times they almost get to the Fall Classic. I think they love him because he's a yes man. He'll do whatever ownership wants. And you can kind of do that on the other side too, because Dave Roberts has been with the Dodgers. Joe Girardi's the man, and I think my thing with Girardi is I don't think ownership liked him. He's an old school guy. They wanted to go a new way, and Aaron Boone's he's a hip guy. He pisses me off when he's always wearing the nice watches every time, and he's getting kicked out of games. I'm like, yeah, is that your thing? I'm gonna get kicked out. You get kicked out of the game just to get kicked out of the game. But he's. Thank you for getting us there, and you finally made it. But thank you, Brian Cashman, because you made the best move in the offseason, which is giving us Juan Soto as the best player on the team. Don't you bet? Probably one of the best hitters, if not the best, top 3 best hitters in baseball. I guess it's a matter of opinion. I think he's the best hitter in baseball. That's obviously my opinion. Other people could have more, but just because he doesn't have the home run numbers, he's the best hitter in base, clutch out of his mind. But I was mad I think Girardi got the short end of the stick on that one. It kind of made me mad. I think Girardi's an old school guy. He's a catcher. He said, let's go. I'm going to punch you in the face. The boss would loves Joe, but rest in peace, George. Mr. Steinbrenner. Both Joes. Don't give him. Joe's a good name. for the Yankees, Joe Torre, man. But I mean, I'm stoked for the series. Obviously, we're starting on Friday, 8 p.m. East, 8:08 Eastern, 5 Pacific. What? That's 6 Mountain, 7 Central for whoever's there. So anybody on the East, I don't know where you at, Mario. Get ready for a nice midnight. Oh, I do too. We're thinking the same big dog. We all miss the big dog. We all miss Mr. T, baby. I don't know where you are, Mario. Get ready for a late night classic baseball. The other thing is, I don't care where you. I grew up in LA. My dad. I grew up in LA. Don't get me wrong. I grew up. Dodgers were the team. My dad is from Yonkers, Bronxville, New York. I went with my father's teams. I went with my dad and grew up with the Yankees. He grew up, his favorite ball player is Thurman Munson. And, I kind of got it on the other side because I'm a diehard Jets fan because he went to a lot of Jets games at Shea Stadium, but he went to a lot of Yankee games too, So, I got it from both ends. I'm getting the good. And then, I get a lot of years of, suffering with the Jets. But my train of thought's gone. I don't even know. I'm talking, then I get going. I've lost it. It's just, I have nowhere. My head's all over the place. I got so many things to say. It's just Mario. I'm so jacked today. I'm so jacked for Friday, but get ready for that late night classic baseball. I do remember what I was saying. I grew up in LA. I mean, and this is probably an opinion of a lot of people. A lot of people don't like Joe Buck. I miss Joe Buck like hell. When I think October baseball, I want to hear Joe Buck. And obviously, I grew up with Joe Buck and Tim McCarver. It doesn't get better than that. This whole realignment for football's killed everything for me. Now I don't have Joe Buck in October baseball. I lost Al Michael. I grew up in a place called Palos Verdes Estates, California. Went to school in San Pedro, California, which is right across the Port of Los Angeles, overlooking the St. Thomas Vincent Bridge. So a lot of Dodgers fans. That's in LA or LA City. I grew up in LA County, but majority of my time spent, Redondo Beach, south of LAX, El Segundo, south of when you watch all these games, they show the Santa Monica Pier is nowhere near any place. If you watch, you're watching ESPN or TNT basketball, they show the Santa Monica Pier nowhere near anywhere close to the stadium. Santa Monica, nowhere near it. But yeah, I grew up around a lot of Dodgers fans. But on that, I miss Joe Buck like hell. And even like that, this whole everything, Amazon Prime getting into football. I grew up. I miss Alma. Football on the football side. I loved Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. Al Michaels is the man, and he's witty. And now he's got nothing because he's got Kirk Herbstreit, unbelievable in college football. He's a football nerd. He's not witty, and I think this whole everything's ruined everything. I don't have Joe Buck in October baseball anymore. It kills me. John Smoltz is solid. John Smoltz is solid. He knows the game. I like him, but I want Joe Buck. Give me Joe Buck back. That voice just screams October baseball. But, we got game one on Friday, 8:08 Eastern. I'm ready to stay up till midnight every single night the games are on, and I'm ready for just give me some – it's not going to be these 2.5-hour games anymore. Give me a nice 3.5-hour, 4-hour game. I'm so pumped. But speaking on game one will be in L.A., so 5 Eastern. Yeah, anybody see these ticket prices? Oh my God! These ticket prices are north of $1,000 for every single game. want to put a down payment to go to the World Series. It's insane. I mean, I think game 3, the cheapest ticket was like standing room 1,300. It's like 1,000 for standing room right now, and you're not getting a ticket to any of the game 1 or any of these. They're all third party, so they're all going to be jacked up at hell, and then you get nailed with ticket fees. So I mean, I wish I saved. I saw a post where it was up like 90%. I'm probably wrong on that. I should have saved that post I saw, but I forgot. I was working. I was like, oh, this is cool, but these ticket prices are nuts. Not the average. All right, I got these right now. They're up 90. Ticket prices up 97% from last year. It's insane. But we got game one on Friday. Jack Flaherty, a local kid from Harvard Westlake High School, Studio City, California, right there. And then we got Garrett Cole, who's another, Orange County kid from Orange Lutheran High School. I actually coached at the high school he went to. Now, Garrett Cole, I graduated high school in 2010. He was 08. So I obviously wasn't there, but some guys I coached with played ball with Garrett Cole. So it's going to be a nice little battle of LA right off the bat. Flaherty's been up and down. He had a rough first start against the Padres, settled down game 5. Not the best game. Start against the Mets. So it'll be up and down, and Cole's kind of the same way. If the Yankees can get vintage Cole, I think they can get game 1. But I mean that Dodgers lineup is nasty. It is nasty. Obviously, you got Ohtani right off the bat. I mean, he's 50-50. Obviously, I mean, Ohtani 286, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs right off the bat, and then you're getting Mookie Betts, who's 295. He's got a 404 on base percentage, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. I love Mookie Betts, even though he played for the Red Sox. I love his game. Oh, Silver Lake. Oh, nice. Well, Mario, thank you for joining in. I don't know where you're located now, but I definitely know Silver Lake well. I actually grew up in Van Nuys, California, and then moved to the South Bay. So my parents live in Redondo Beach, California, but I grew up in Van Nuys. Been Dodgers, Lakers, blowing my brains out because I hate the Lakers too. Hey, Mario, I want to. You being are you in Silver Lake now? Are you from California? I want to know. But I mean, Ohtani's out of his. Ohtani's great. Betts, I think he's a baseball player. Everybody should watch. He's great, and that's a tough 1-2. And then you're getting an unbelievable performance from Tommy Edman. What an acquisition! Guys batting 341. You're from LA and you're a Yankees fan. That's great. Yeah, fight it. I love it. Yeah. But I think you can agree with me. The Dodgers, I'll give the Dodgers 100% credit. They sell out. They've had some bad teams. They sell out. The Dodgers have a very loyal fan base. I don't think the brightest fan base, but they're loyal. You might get your ass kicked a couple times if you're. I mean, I went to Dodger Stadium a lot and rooted against the Dodgers, even when they weren't playing my team, because I wanted to see them lose. But they're loyal. They show up for the Dodgers 100%. I'll give them some. But I mean, on Tommy Edman, 341, he's got 12 RBIs. He's been massive. Miguel Rojas goes down, picking up that slack, playing shortstop, letting Mookie get back in that outfield where he belongs. I mean, Kike Hernandez, he's been okay last year. He's batting 200, but 300. That's he's batting 303, 5 RBIs. He's got 10 hits. So I mean, that's a guy who's thriving in October. What was it with the story I heard with Kike was he was struggling under 200 during the year, and they go play the White Sox, and Martin Maldonado, obviously unbelievable defensive catcher, told him, he goes, the whole team got an eye exam. But you can agree he was amazing. We can all agree Francisco Valenzuela was amazing. You can hate him all you want, but you can't deny he was an unbelievable pitcher. But they get an eye exam. He gets an eye exam, and it just changes him around. And he's obviously changed that whole offense and was huge in that Padres series. I grew up a lot going to. I was at my best friend growing up had season tickets to the Angels. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they do. I actually one of the guys who cracked the Mets fans open actually lived. His parents lived very close to me. So I mean, I remember it was 2012. I went to a Twins game, and it's me and my brother. Which Twins game. This is Target, like first year Target Field. Which, if you ever get a chance, Target Field is an amazing place to watch a ball game. And we're sitting there, and someone like spills some beer, and people are like, "Oh, well, you do that?" Midwest nice. I'm like, "You've never been to a game at Dodger Stadium," because they fight each other. Where is it going? Yeah, Hernandez been a big X factor. I mean, you're not getting a Teoscar Hernandez who was big in the regular season. He's batting 200. Will Smith 158. We'll see if Freddie Freeman, I think, is one of the biggest X factors for this Dodgers offense, and he's been very hurt, so that's going to be a big part. I mean, you got Flaherty going game one. He's 1-2, 15 innings. Obviously, his ERA is a little inflated from that first start. He's got against the Padres. You got Yamamoto, who's scheduled game two. He's 1-0. He's same thing. 5.11 ERA, 11 Ks. He's pitched 12 innings. Buehler, who looked phenomenal against the Mets, has obviously struggled a lot in the regular season. He looked really good against the Mets, so we'll see how that goes. Dodgers bullpen obviously big. This is my prediction. Faraday Cole. I think Rondon goes game two. He's set up nice. It probably will be Buehler, Schmidt, and then a bullpen heel. Get Nestor Cortez back. I love me some nasty Nestor, and that's an unbelievable story too. So hopefully we see a little Nestor Cortez in there. But I mean, on the Yankee side, Soto 333, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 439 OP on base percentage, 345 slugging. Judge, we need Judge. The Yankees need Judge to start hitting. 161. He's got 2 home runs. He did have that nice 3-run home run. The Yankees stayed, tied, but they need him. But what Judge is doing in the outfield is amazing. Try to get the ball over that guy's head. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. And I mean, Stanton's been amazing. I'm gonna get to you, Mario, in a little bit. I've been loving this bullpen minus one guy. Been 294, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. So he's been amazing. It's pitching wise, it's our pitching staff's been up and down, but we need Wells to start hit. Only batting 291, been unbelievable on the plate. Defensively he's been solid. This probably sounded turning the Yankee show, but Mario, you're getting me jacked up throwing in those. So if anybody wants to throw a Dodgers comment in there, check me a little bit. But Mario, you're getting me jacked, and I'm so stoked. But Verdugo, who was part of that Mookie Betts deal with the Red Sox, is he's had some big hits. Rizzo, coming back from those 2 fractured fingers, has been amazing hitting wise. He's been 429. He's on base 500% of the time, 500 slugging. Rizzo, even though I think he's a little defensive liability right now because of those fingers, he's been You cannot keep him in the lineup. Volpe's starting to swing a good 310, 459 on base percentage, and defensively, Volpe defensively Gold Glove his first year. I think he's starting to swing it nice. I'm pumped. On the bullpen side, it's been phenomenal. Luke Weaver is probably the best move Aaron Boone ever made this year. Put him in the bullpen. Utmost confidence when that guy comes in. Obviously, he's got 1 win, 4 saves, 10 innings pitched. He's got and that changeup from Weaver's phenomenal. I love that changeup. He's got 12 Ks. His ERA 2.61. He's phenomenal. I got utmost confidence when he comes in. Tommy Kahnle's been solid. 0 ERA. I think that another thing, the guy goes from worst to first. Tim Hill's been phenomenal, pitched in every single game. He comes from the worst team in baseball history, the White Sox. Now he's in the World Series. So he's been one of the biggest guys coming out there. How about Mark Leiter, who just got put on that roster for an injury, came in that big, was it game 4, game 3, game 4? They're all running together, but game in a massive situation. Now my one X factor for a bullpen is Clay Holmes. I hate Clay Holmes. He drives me nuts. I put Clay Holmes in the same, the same facet as when I saw Kyle Farnsworth come in. I was like, oh, don't put in Clay Holmes. Please, no. He's killing me. Rizzo's been phenomenal, and his bat. I mean, just watch the guy. Young players watch him. He gets 2 strikes. He doesn't try to hit the home run. He's working up the middle. He's trying to get on. He's getting a base hit. He's choking up on the bat. I love watching Rizzo. It's beautiful, and he doesn't care. Rizzo's crowding the plate every time. Every time. But, I mean, Tim Hill, he pitched every game. Every game. ERA 159. And it was huge. Tim Hill having that lefty, nice little coming from a different angle. But, I mean, our bullpen's going to be an X factor. I think the bullpen's, Luke Weaver was a great move into the pen. He's kind of got that starter mentality, too, which is great. But if any Florida people out there, Luke Weaver, played his college ball at Florida State. Looks about like 13 on the mound, but gets it done. So, I mean, I think this could be a great series. I'm really excited for him. I think we're getting to see probably some of the. I think this might be the best thing for baseball, and obviously, I'm going to be so distraught if my team doesn't win. But I think this could be the best thing for baseball because the viewing numbers are going to be massive. 2 biggest media markets in the United States, and probably I don't know what they are. Probably 2 biggest media markets in the world if we're really getting down to it. So this is going to be great for baseball. The viewing numbers are going to be up, which is what baseball needs because last year was abysmal with the viewing numbers. But I mean, I'm thinking a good series, a very good series. We need to get 1 out of 2 in LA, which could be because the Yankees were better on the road than they were at home sometimes this year. They're great on the road, but I'm jacked. I think it's gonna be a great series. Obviously, we're getting 250 home run guys. You got Judge, you got Ohtani, you got Mookie Betts, you got Stanton. Don't get started on Stanton. I've never seen a guy who can't, an MLB player. He does not track the baseball at all. It's flat plane the whole time. I don't want to see that guy, even though he had an unbelievable ALCS and ALDS. I don't want to see him in the crunch time. I want to see Juan Soto, but X factor. We need Judge getting going, who's been massive defensively, but need him to get it going offensively. Dodgers lineup. It's tough. Obviously, you got Betts, Ohtani, Edman, who's Tommy Edman's playing big. Max Muncy. If they get Freddie Freeman, Freddie Freeman plays. The guy's a class, just the ultimate baseball player in class, and a great ambassador for the game. I think it's going to be a great series. I'm jacked. It's been way too long since the Yankees have been in the World Series. 15 years. I haven't seen this since '09. But it's going to come down to pitching, because that's all baseball is. It's pitching, pitching, pitching. So I need Cole to come out with a strong start. Let's get out with the boom. Let's go, Yankees. This is On Deck here on FTSN. I'm Russ Morgan. Please remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining.